Hi, I'm Jennifer Baker, your legislative advocate, here to provide you with an update on one of the conversations that took place at the Teachers Retirement Board meeting in November. CalSTRS actuarial staff provided their 2021 review of funding levels and risk report to the board. Included in that report were a number of various economic factors that are having an impact on CalSTRS's ability to achieve full funding by 2046. And the good news is that there is a lot of good news within that report, and I wanted to make sure I provided you a brief update. This report included the additional $584 million that was provided to CalSTRS as supplementary payment for the unfunded actuarial obligation in the budget for 2020-2021. This also included the phenomenal rate of return that CalSTRS investment staff was able to achieve, which was 27.2%. That obviously provided a very nice boost that we're all appreciative of, because that puts the long-term funding plan in a much more positive space than it was just last year. There are a few important points that I wanted to note, and one of those is that enrollment decline is becoming a more significant factor when it comes to CalSTRS and long-term obligations. The reason is we've seen an overall reduction in the amount of kids that are in schools. So that means you don't have to hire as many teachers. But coupled with that, we've also seen an increase in the number of retirements for teachers, as well as those leaving the profession. And what has not been happening is a replacement of those individuals that have retired or left. And because of that, that can play into employer contribution rates actually going up this next year. So that's something that we're definitely going to want to watch. That's something that I'm sure employers may not be excited about, but that is one of the economic factors as a result of not replacing those that have left. So it's going to be interesting to see whether this will begin to balance out as employers realize this over the next few years and perhaps take measures to try to ensure that they're replacing those that are leaving. But as you all know, education has been facing a number of challenges over these last few years. So we are going to watch to see what direction this is going to move in. One of the other interesting things that we saw from this report is that because the rate of return was so high for CalSTRS this past year, that's actually going to cause a lowering of the state's contribution rate starting in 2023. So the state should be able to see some savings. This is a report that takes place every year right now, and for those of us that are, shall I say, actuarial nerds, it's a very exciting report. We are going to have a link to it on the CalRTA website. It's also on the CalSTRS website if you would like to take a look. It's very educational. It gives you an idea of the various factors that CalSTRS considers when they're looking at various threats to full funding or opportunities to try to achieve full funding sooner. I'd encourage you, if you have some time over the winter break, make it a moment to read that report. I certainly have, and I'll make sure that we continue to monitor what the discussions taking place at CalSTRS, and I hope you have a great holiday season.